Hi, I'm YJ. Today I'm going to be talking to you about national fellowships. I was fortunate enough to receive two after I graduated. One was the Luce Scholarship and one was the Mitchell Scholarship. The Luce was in Vietnam, Asia, and the Mitchell Scholarship was in Ireland, in Northern Ireland. There are programs that take college graduates, typically American college graduates, and these foundations select who they feel like are top tier candidates. Those who've excelled at school, who've done amazing research, who are athletically gifted, who have some sort of leadership experience, whether that's like an on-campus experience or even greater. Along with my fellowships, my younger brother received a Schwarzman Scholarship, and my best friend received the Rhodes Scholarship. Other friends of mine, I received the Gates Cambridge, Marshalls, Fulbrights, and after my fellowships, I helped many people apply successfully to each of these programs. These national fellowships kind of appear as a fantasy because in some sense they don't really make much sense. Why is a foundation or a program paying for your living expenses for a year? If it's academic, your tuition. If it's experiential, why do they give you a big stipend? Why do they pay for all your travel, your health insurance, and everything else? Ultimately, all of these programs are in competition to identify the best college graduates that exist in their minds. I think just as everything somebody might do in college or before or after, your experiences are effectively signaling devices that tell strangers that you have some level of competency or expertise in something. A national fellowship is basically that. It tells someone else within all these rules in school, get better grades, take on leadership experiences, travel abroad, and expand your worldview. They're just signaling devices that say this person has been able to do those things very effectively. And for those who are graduates who have, been in the greater world beyond college, who are pursuing their dreams and working hard in their early professional lives, they're able to show that they have success early on amidst their peer group. These programs, they foment and create friendships that you'll have for the rest of your life. It's baked into the design of these programs where because you're all doing this unique thing together, many of you are going to become friends and help each other in your career path, regardless of what field you're in, regardless of what you study, regardless of your separated interests. Ultimately, the people who've created these programs are there to pass along an experience that is usually unforgettable, usually amazing, and quite unique. I encourage anyone who's worked hard, who's pursued their passions, whether in breadth or in depth, to apply. These programs allowed me to change the course of the trajectory of my own life. And so they've obviously had an impact on me in that they had offered me a period of my life where I didn't have to try to achieve something during the period in which this was happening. Once you get the National Fellowship, you don't have to actually accomplish anything. That might sound wrong, but in some sense, once you're able to win the award, you have a free year ahead of you, in a sense. And I mean free in that your mind is free of the structures that have kept you working hard for years and years. That gives you a period where you're able to really think deeply about your own life and think deeply about what you want to accomplish. With my own background, I intended to go into medicine. These 2 years helped me realize that I wanted to be a builder. I wanted to work on startups. I wanted to work on products that can reach millions of people, as opposed to a career track in medicine that could be the best fit for somebody else. And beyond that, I was able to accomplish my initial goals, and now I really love what I'm doing. Every national fellowship recipient has their own unique journey. No one's experience is identical. Some experiences are more similar than others. Everyone is in a process of learning more about themselves. These programs offer such an astounding experience that I wish more people could participate in them. If you're applying and you have these aspirations of getting these awards, but you don't get them, that ultimately it's not the end of the world. You don't need to have them to accomplish what you want, but having them gives you this experience. Now, personally, my family couldn't afford to send me abroad for a few years so that I could figure out my own life. So, as a lower to middle class kid, I had the chance of a lifetime to have these years funded so that I could really think about my long term aspirations. All these benefits have helped me throughout my entire career, but one of the greatest benefits of applying for and winning a national fellowship is that you'll have a greater chance of getting into elite, top tier graduate programs. These more exclusive or elite graduate programs, medical school, law school, MBA programs, PhD programs, their admissions and selection committees are all aware of national fellowships. You might not have been aware of them yourself early on in your undergraduate career, but all these programs are aware of them because they have a history of selecting and admitting these types of students, and they've done relatively well in their programs. So if you're somebody who went to a big state school where you felt like you were a number, if you're able to apply and win a national fellowship, then you'll be a highly competitive applicant to these exclusive graduate programs. If you're not planning to go to graduate school, most employers, especially those that are part of bigger institutions, big corporations, they'll have some awareness about the exclusivity of the programs. You're not guaranteed anything, but with a national fellowship, you may have a higher chance of getting into these exclusive programs. After the Luce and Mitchell scholarships, I myself didn't apply for any graduate programs, but given the data, these national fellowships will help. After the Schwarzman Scholars Program, my younger brother also didn't apply for graduate school. But if he had, I assume that he would be slightly more competitive than he would have without having won a national fellowship. If you look through the websites of any of these programs, Marshall, Mitchell, Rhodes, Schwarzman, Luce, Gates, Cambridge, Fulbright, and you go through their alumni, you could look up graduates who have a similar profile as you, who went to a similar school as you, and then you can see what graduate schools they attended. They likely attended the best graduate program that would admit them, so you can kind of see where you could end up with a national fellowship. In this channel, I have more information about how to apply and information that dives deeply into the actual mechanics of the process, but generally, I want you all to be aware of these programs. After speaking to thousands of college students over the last decade, many do not find out about the programs until it's too late. The best way to get these programs is to plan long term and to be ready for them. But most students are unaware of them until their junior or senior year of college. And I want more students who are from any background to be able to know that they exist, to plan for them, and to try at least. I'm hoping that this video reaches more people so that you can not only learn about this for yourself, but maybe for a cousin or somebody who's younger, share information about these programs with those people so that they can learn about it earlier on, so they can plan for it. I want more people to be aware of these programs because I think they're just amazing opportunities. They don't just pick people who are well connected, and they don't just pick people who have recommendations from senators or even US presidents, which has happened before. These programs are meant to try their best to figure out who the best people are in the context of college and early career folks, and they're meant to bring you together so that you can have this opportunity of a lifetime.